All right, Tuesday the 14th, full body, 4, 5, or 6 rounds, that's your choice. Walk out to plank, burpees, thrusters, crunch progression, regular crunch, tabletop crunch, touching your toes crunch. Okay, so we have walk out to plank, fold down. Normally you would keep your legs straight, my back just hurts too bad. You're gonna walk out, hit your high plank position. Oh, back in. Burpees. So you guys know what burpees are if you have been with me before. I'm not going to show you the full version. I'm just going to show you the half. Whew, that's as best you're going to get. Thrusters. It's basically your squat with your press. Okay. And our crunch progression. So what it's saying is you're doing 10 of all 3. So you're doing 10 here, 10 tabletop, so your legs are at like a 90-degree angle, 10 with your legs straight, touching your toes. Oh boy. Okay, walk out to plank. So as I was just talking about, typically you want to keep your legs as straight as you can. It's fine if you have to bend a little bit. For me, I just have to bend a lot right now because it's just so tight. So I always start with my hands above my head. I fold down, I reach the ground, I walk my hands until I hit high plank position. I hold it for a second, and then I walk back and back up. 1. Fold down, walk your hands out to high plank position. What I like to do when I get there is squeeze my butt so I know I've hit it, and then go back. Because what you don't want to do is walk out, walk in, walk out, walk in. Because if you do it like that, number 1, you might not be hitting your high plank. And if you do, your hands might be uneven or your feet, whatever. So you want to make sure that when you come down, hands are even, squeeze your butt, hit that high plank position, and then return back up, okay? If you're somebody who has a hard time with high plank position, my best suggestion would just be to not walk out as far. So you would hit more of like a pike with your body than the full high plank. That's okay, because either way, like normally if you're doing high plank, you don't want your body to pike up, which means your butt's up in the air. But because this is like a walking type of motion, it's mainly working your shoulders. Yes, it works your core if you hit that high plank, but it works a lot of your shoulders. So even if you hit a pike high plank, which is not your full high plank, you're still having to walk in and out to it, so that's still good. Burpees. So I'm gonna just try to do a full burpee really slow. Most of you will probably be doing the half burpee, and then you can also do a burpee off of a height, so I will show you off of the chair. So a full burpee is you get down, you reach down, you jump out and drop your body to the ground. I don't know if you can see me or not because my box set is in the way. You drop down so your chest is on the ground, your stomach's on the ground, your thighs are on the ground, everything's on the ground. You push up, you jump back, and you jump. That's your full burpee going all the way down to the ground. Your half burpee, you come down, you jump your legs out into high plank position, jump back in, up, 1. Off of a chair or a height, hands down on the chair, jump out into high plank position, jump back in, up is 1, down, jump out, jump in, up. So the half and the off of the height are the same motions. Down on the ground, out to a high plank, back in, jump up. The off of a chair just takes more weight off of your body, so it's easier. With any of the ones that you decide to do, full, half, or off of a height, you can not jump and step in or step out. So full burpee, you can come down. Well, either way, you gotta like get on the ground. But you can step, And if you actually have a problem jumping, you don't have to jump. You can, usually when people step, it's just because it makes it easier, not because they actually can't jump. But if you actually can't jump, you don't have to. You can, for your half burpee, you can come down, you can step out, step in, jump. You can jump out, step in, or you can step out, jump in. It doesn't matter. And you can do that with any version that you do, okay? Thruster. So your thruster is basically combining your squat and your shoulder press. So you're going to front rack your weights, which means they're in front of your body. I always rest them a little bit on my shoulders. See how they're kind of angled up? That's how I do it. I just rest them right there. You're gonna get a good sturdy stance. You're gonna squat down, and when you come up, you're gonna press overhead. 1, squat down, press. 2, squat down, press. 3, okay, that is your thruster. If you need assistance, you're going to sit to the chair. Sit, press. Sit, press, okay? You can tap and go here. Again, if you have an issue with depth, that's fine. The only thing you want to be careful of with your thruster is you want to make sure that you're keeping your back as straight as you can. So when you come down, you don't want to come down really low like this. You don't want to be really bending forward at the hip at all. So just be aware, because you do have the weight in front of you, it's easy to let your body drag down. So if you can think of it, think about tucking your pelvis under your body. So when I do my thrusters, I do it even more than when I do a regular squat. When I do a regular squat, I don't mind if my butt is out more. When I do thrusters, I like to tuck it more. So versus doing this and then end up, it depends on how heavy your weight is, but if you have heavier weight, you're more prone to bend forward. So if you're sticking your butt out and you're bending forward, you're gonna be like this. And you really don't want to be like that when you're doing a thruster. So I think about, like I said, tucking my pelvis under, so I come down straighter than even I normally would with a regular squat, if that makes any sense. If you don't understand the tucking pelvis thing, that's totally fine. Most of you probably aren't using really heavy weight, but that's just a little tip that I try to do when I do have heavier weight. And then we have our crunch progression. So 10 regular, 10 tabletop, 10 toe, okay? So I'm just gonna do a full thing for you and show you what it looks like. So we're doing 10 regular, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight into tabletop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight into straight leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's what you're doing for 10 crunch progression. Exactly what I did is what you're doing. That ends your round. Okay, so you're not doing that 10 times. You're just doing 10 of each, but you're doing it back to back. So 10, just how I did it. 10 all the way down, 10 legs half up, 10 legs all the way up, okay? When I do my tabletops, I typically like to try to touch my heels, but obviously because my back hurts, it's just too far of a stretch. So usually, so you can also like come back and go forward. Come back and go forward. When I just showed you, I was just doing this, but you can do that. It'll give you a little bit more of a boost. And like I said, I like to try to touch my heels, but whatever. And then there's no part 2. So that is your Tuesday.